There we go. Try again. Hey guys, Sunstreaker Wozza here, and welcome back to another weekend live stream. Where yes, we have two very special guests. We have Grind Time, his granddaughter, and and Dale as well. Yeah, cameo appearance with his granddaughter. So yes, Dale, why is the Zoom meeting saying we're going to end in 10 minutes?
I mean, this is you've invited me. You've
Okay.
invited me.
Do you want to invite me to a Zoom and then we'll redo it again, I think. This could be a short stream. Well, thank you for everyone tuning in. Like I said, we're having some teething problems, as you can see. We've had an absolute nightmare trying to get it onto fair, guys. I mean, between like cameras not being shared and well, my camera not being shared and the sound going through twice. But hey, it's not a live stream if things don't go wrong. We know this. So yes, while we've got Dale on the stream. We thought we'd go through some of the new effects. They say that they can't hear you, Dale. I'm not too sure why.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
I can hear
Audio input capture. Let's try. I don't know why I can't. Why they can't. Can you hear Dale, guys? Can everyone else hear Dale or not? Okay. We're having some problems like this in you guys, but we'll try to get it sorted.
Yeah, I've only got a basic Zoom, which is not good.
That's not good. Another reason.
It's fine.
Another.
We can just remake it. No, we can just remake it.
Oh, they're saying they can hear you, but it's. But you're low, they're saying. And now I'm echoing. So. There you go. That should sort me out. That's been.
Yeah, your output's going twice.
So. I need a. Yeah, we need a output, don't we? No, an input capture. But I've not got an input, have I? For it. That one?
That one's fixed yours, yeah. Now you just need an input for us to.
No, mine's working. Mine's going through my mic.
Yeah, yours is fine. It's just us now.
Okay, I think that's. I don't know. It seems to be coming through when you talk on my end, but yeah.
Yeah, we're really, really low.
Is it working now, guys? Is that better or?
Oh, yeah, no, you fixed it.
Yeah.
You fixed it now, yeah.
Yay, we fixed it.
That's
So,
perfect. Both sides
we
now.
go.
There we go.
Right.
Everything all good?
Yeah, well, the idea was, guys, that we were supposed to do a video check and then do a sound check. And like I said, long story short, the video check went terribly wrong. So the sound check was an afterthought. But yes, okay, we're sorted. We're sorted. So yes, the Zoom is going to end. So I think Dale and Grind Time wave them goodbye, guys. Say goodbye. But yeah, they'll be back in a minute. But yeah, Dale can. We can just do it again, can't we? Rejig it up.
Yeah, we can just make
Hey,
a
rescue.
new Zoom call. Right, let's start again then.
Right. I will keep everyone entertained with a bit of dancing while we reset the Zoom.
Do the hellos.
Yes, I'll do the
While-
hellos
while
while we
we-
reset the Zoom. Are
Yeah.
you going to invite me, Dale, or so you can reset it when it
Uh,
takes out, or?
Grind time. Do you want to make the Zoom meeting? Then we'll join yours first, and then we'll do mine the next time.
Sure. We can try
Cool.
that.
Okay, so apologies for the such unprofessional start, but hey, let's see who we've got in the chat. So we've got Lord Avix. Hey, how's it going? Chris Lewis, Fradan, I think. But hey, welcome. Hard to pronounce, but yeah, welcome to the stream. We've got Righteous, one of our mods. We've got Dirk Manis. We've got Hammer Tail. Obviously, Grind Time. SG Soundwave and Bruticus, who are both members for my stream, so big shout out to you. Grand Galvatron, one of our mods. Matt Poley, who's a regular to the stream, stuck in beta as well. Action Whale, WD Cyclops, Risku, Air Elf, Leader One, Soulless Thresh, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. I actually met him today, just in global chat, and invited him in. So yeah, welcome to the stream. William Wilkinson, Sharks here, Erna Jones Anderson, Gianni Games, Eddie Lee. Who else have we got? Is there anyone else that I've missed down here? Blurmus Prime, how's it going? The Crusher 11 as well. And William Wilkinson, can't remember if I mentioned you or not, but there you go. Might get 2 mentions. Aurora, Arielle. Anyone else? I think we've covered everyone there, unless someone's coming in last minute. Timda as well. Windblade. Anyone else? And Demo, Dougie. A lot of people in the chat today. Stay Puffed, how's it going as well? Laser83, I think that's everyone. So yeah, welcome to the stream, guys. Like I said, I am just trying to sort out my my Zoom at the minute, but I don't know what's going on a minute. I am trying, guys. You can see there that it's absolutely knackered up. Yeah. Where's Zoom? My Zoom's broke. Oh, there we go. Zoom's back. Apologies, guys, while we try and get this sorted. I'm just trying to sort Zoom out so we can get Grind Time and Dale back, and then we can continue with the stream. Oh. I love how we schedule these things and make a big deal out of it, and then we can't. Okay. Let's just try and find Grind Time again. And Dale, apologies again, guys. You've already just noticed my head. Leader one's put. I've always noticed Wozza's head in the bottom corner. Yeah, I'm still here, obviously. But we're trying to get Dale and Grind Time back in. Ah, here we go.
Are we back?
Right, I think we're back. Is everyone back in the
Yeah.
stream? Hey!
Yeah, we're back. There we go. Cool. Woo!
Right, without further ado, everyone's back in the stream, but the video's not on, I don't think. Why is it not
You might have to
capturing?
line. You might have to line us up again.
Right, okay. Which one is it again?
This one's not my fault, Sharksy. This is all the equipment.
Hang on, how do we do this now again? Why is only Grind Time on, Dale?
You what? Sorry.
Oh, it's got it where. Hang on a minute.
Yeah,
got it
it's
where
only
you-
taking us. Yeah, it's only taking a snippet of your LD player at the minute. So you need to move us down. There we go. So you're moving Grind Time into place, and you need to move. me into-
No, because
Whoa!
no, look, it's not doing it right. Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on. Put me up there a minute.
You got to do your splicing.
Yay!
Yeah.
Oh no, nail it. Oh my days.
By the
No.
time we're done, we're gonna have to remake the Zoom call.
Oh no. This is so annoying. Right. Give me a second. This is annoying.
Oh, I see 2 people in it. Oh, and then you missed it.
There we go.
There we go.
That's cool.
Right, okay, done. Right, let's crack on. No messing about now. No, let's do it again. Look.
Full steam. Ah,
Dale, I'm not happy with this at all. Why is it doing this again? Right. We
No,
can't-
it's there. It's
not.
fine.
It's
I
not.
see it there.
I don't. Where?
Whatever you've repositioned, I can see it on the stream
Yeah, I
right
know,
now.
but I can't reposition that. I can't reposition you.
Uh,
I do that. Right. As soon as I press the game, it takes you off. Right.
that is bugged.
Right. We can't see Grind Time and Dale.
But we're here.
Half stream ahead. Right,
Yeah,
okay, so yes, while we've got Dale on the stream, we thought we'd talk about the new effects in terms of hard mode
Yes.
and in terms of Prime League, because we've been complaining, the top guys have been complaining for quite a while now about the sort of quality of the game at the very top level, and I'm really pleased that Dale and Space Ape are starting to address it. And these things do take time, sadly, but it is being addressed. That's the main thing, and we're on the front foot now, and finally we can start to improve the game for the guys at the top end. So we thought today that although I've talked about it in my streams and talked about things that we might see, Dale's here, so you guys can ask him some questions. He can hopefully answer the best he can. Nothing, I don't think is set in stone, but some is. So Dale will be able to tell you exactly what is set in stone, what's not set in stone, things we can expect, and things that are guaranteed maybe. So Dale, do you want to take the stage then?
Yeah, I mean we've conducted a survey. We wanted to get people's thoughts, what people are thinking about Wars, and the consensus is Wars is a little bit stale. Yanis has gone on record to say that after Titans, we will be redeveloping the war system, but we need something else in that time, because obviously Titans is going to be here in a few months. Well, what are we going to be doing, and when a revamp is happening, because that's not going to happen in just a few weeks. That's going to take some time, because a lot of players have some ideas on how wars should change, because they have to change. They have to be quite different to they are now, and that's going to take a bit of time. So we need a band-aid. New effects. Yeah, we're working on some effects. We've got an anti-hack effect, which we think is, from testing, we think it might be quite weak, but we want to see how people change their basis towards it. So my only worry is the second effect that we're using is a little bit too weak. The first effects we've made, they are really a time check, because the HP is insanely high on the bases, and the combiners have got so much HP that they actually feel like combiners. So yeah, I'm super excited about that. And then the third effects are completely different to what we've seen ever. We still don't know if it's possible yet, but we're thinking of using the MDS system. So every effect you pick will be very different. For example, if you pick the plasma cannon, that will reduce healing received by bots in the radius of a build bot, for example, by 30%. Obviously, these numbers are just crazy numbers right now. We've not even play tested this, so I'm sure the numbers may go down. They may even go up, depending on how easy they are. So basically how it works is your MDS, you've got three attachments on your MDS. You can only pick 2 in a battle, so each 2 will give you an effect. Well, there's 3 effects you can choose from. So as you can see, and as you can imagine, is every base you're going to approach, it's going to be different. So the plasma cannon, we're thinking healing received is going to be reduced. If you pick the laser gun, build bots and power buildings around them, forcing them to spawn 3 shacks on death, for example. Or if you pick the minigun, it'll freeze bots every so many seconds. So you really are in control. Risku says it sounds confusing. Well, that's the thing. It might sound confusing at the moment, but if you think of it like this, every attachment empowers your base. That's the simplified version of it. You pick the plasma, you get something. You pick the laser, you get something. Or if you pick the minigun, you get something. You can only have 2 or 3. I'm super excited about this, because every base you will approach, somebody may have different attachments. It's different. Every fight is going to be different. And I think that might be lacking as well in Wars. Doesn't really make you change your team enough. Bases are the same, you've got 1 static effects. The effects are just the same all the way through. If you've got this control on how you want to defend your base, I think people just view their base differently. They may go, well, I want to defend against this tactic, so I'm going to use these 2 attachments, but I want to defend against, the next person may want to defend against something else. So they may choose, something else. You know, it's going to be like that. But I think the biggest battle we've got with this is we need to make 3 effects which are all strong, because I don't want the first week or the first 3 weeks, for example, to be okay. You've got to pick plasma or laser gun, or you're at it's because that defeats what we're trying to do. We want people to be, we want a bit of variety to wars on every single base. So yeah, if we see in the first 2 weeks that people are picking more than the other one, then we just buff the other one. It's as simple as that. Until we get a good balance. We want a good balance with this. We don't want we don't want Wozza to go on stream on the next week and go, you need to choose these 2. That's not what we want.
Yeah, Wozza, quit ruining it.
Well,
That's not what I want. I don't want you guys to go on stream and say, look, you need to pick these 2. I want you to go on stream and go, right, you can pick these 2, but I still would consider the next one because of this.
see, I think that's been done already with the MDS, because I rate all 3 of these, because I used minigun at the start religiously. That was it, and then I changed to plasma gun. Plasma cannon, sorry. But then recently I've been looking at laser gun more, because I've faced a lot of laser guns and it's been really hard to sort of get through it. And that's what you want. You want to be looking at it going, oh, what do I use this? Oh, actually, no, I'm going to use this. But actually, I'm going to use that. And for me, there's like some fundamental problems, which we obviously talked about in playtest, so it's no secret. Is one, Goldfire. I mean, it's probably the most overpowered bot in the game because of sack. I mean, sacrifice has got so overpowered that we need to address that. Without addressing that, there is no hard mode. That's it. It's easy no matter what you do, because if you can sacrifice the outposts and battle them outside of the base, then it's easy. Now, I'm not saying, like I said, sacrifice is going to go and Goldfire is going to be irrelevant. We don't want that, because people have obviously invested in these, no matter if it's 3 weeks or not. But it should be a lot harder, and that's why we talked about, freezing build bots. So you can put your build bots in a certain place, and once the bot comes in, area that, then yeah, it's going to freeze him. But what we don't want is one bot that kills every single bot. So what we want is maybe like one effect that will hinder Goldfire and hinder Pop, another one that will hinder walks. And someone said in my chat, we'll talk about this in the side chat about countering things, and it's like, well, it's impossible to counter healing. I was like, well, it's not, because you can reduce healing. It's like, how are you going to do that? We're like, just reduce it. When this setting's up, your bots get less healing. And it's like, can that be done? I was like, well, we're going to find out. But hopefully we can counter everything in some way, because even a sacrifice evolves around a walk. But we want people that can do a sacrifice, that can do a backdoor, that can do a walk, that can do a smash, that can do a slush attack. You need all these things in your arsenal to beat all these different effects. That's the idea, hopefully, the way I want to see it go.
Yeah, we never thought about this MDS empower your base system until we got to the 3rd effect, because I kind of had the idea on the first time that we was going to have universal power cores. So basically what led to just thinking about this was if you use I think if you use an attack core on a bot, it would give it 40% increased damage, but you could use a defensive core and it would give it more HP. But then you had to have to change all your cores on your base, and it was a bit, that was a bit complicated and a bit annoying, to be honest. But I really liked the power the player had, basically saying, look, I can do this. I'm in full control of anything I want to do with my base in this war. And this is where we just come to, was the MDS. Let them pick an effect, because obviously you can't have all 3, and it will empower your base in some way. And I think just as we explore, I think this is probably the way forward with wars, if we can make it work. I think we may even buff specific classes in wars as well. So, for example, if your base picks the plasma, it would maybe decrease players who run gunners, DPS, by 10%, for example. We might add that as attachment with another effect. Or if you pick another one, it may, warriors and things like that. So yeah, there's so much we can do with this if we can make it work. And I'm so excited to get it going, because the last thing, again, that I want is static bases, all the same. We want you to change your teams, change your bases. A lot of it's centered around build bots.
Yeah.
Demon Dog says, why can't we get a base layout save? I think with these new effects, we're going to be changing our base quite a lot. I think at the moment, the developers probably don't see a massive need for it because we're not encouraging base design as much at the moment. But I think with the new effects, the question's going to come up a lot. And I think it's something the team have got to consider because if people are changing their base every day or even every week, it's going to get frustrating, that's for sure. Even if you could just copy somebody else's base. Look, I'm not a coder, I'm not a designer, I'm not sure how technical it is going to be to do that. I'm not sure if it's even possible, but I think the way we're going, I think we're going to have to see something like that considered for sure.
Yeah, well, I said this in stream maybe about a year ago now, and I think I even said it to the apes, is that I would have liked, and I still would, to be honest with you, long term, is like we do combats with bots, where we put an extra combat bot to make them more powerful, add an extra core onto each single defense. And I think if we can add that on for HU18, which then makes them more powerful in some way or adds a different design or a different way to use them, it just saves us making the map bigger. We don't need to add defenses because we're making them all stronger without just raising HP. I mean, they've been criticised in the past of just hiking up HP, hiking up DPS, and rinse and repeat every single HQ and then adding a couple more structures. Which, it gets to a point now, it was okay for a time, but it's getting to a point now where people know what's coming. So people are like, right, okay, well, what I'm going to do is, and I'll be honest with you, I've started doing this. I started saying, right, well, all I'm going to do is I'm going to save loads of XP up now from my Zen, and then as soon as HQ18 comes out, I'm going to upgrade all my bots that have direct damage, my one-shots, and I'll still be able to one-shot because I'll just get them up as high as possible, and my one-shots will still one-shot. Then I'll level my healers to keep my bots alive and go for that. And the same team will work against the same base. It's just playing catch-up, and it just gets a bit boring, a bit repetitive. We need to switch things up a bit, like you said, where you need to use more bots and without making them irrelevant still. That's the big point for me. I've always said that I wouldn't like to see any bots made irrelevant for a long period of time. And
yeah, I think that's why we've taken the approach of going every 3 weeks. I mean, look, for the anti-hack week, for example, you can still run Blades. You can still run him, but the question is more. Yeah, the question more is why would you?
Yeah, well, I'll be honest with you, on the effects that we did, yeah, I ran Blades, and I'll be honest with you, when I first ran it, I totally forgot about the anti-hack, and I ran it, and I beat the base, but I was like, why is it not hacking? I was like, oh yeah, well, yeah, anti-hack, of course, why am I running Blades?
Yeah.
And then I just thought, what's the point of running Blades then? I might as well just sub someone else in. And for me, that's job done. But then the worry then was that I could still get through the base without Blades, or with Blades, didn't matter. So yeah, the anti-hack was in place, but that's where we said about the HP and DPS needs to increase because not using Blades didn't matter. You could still get through the base, and that's where the discussion, which we discussed about last stream, about Jets being able to one-shot, where it came from. Because the HP increase, was it 20%, Dale? Anything over 20%, then one-shots can't one-shot. Is that right?
Yeah, anything over 20%, we were seeing that one-shots couldn't one-shot, and then basically the conclusion was, well, anything at 20% is too easy. So, the natural answer to that is, well, we'll raise HP again because obviously buildings stay alive longer, they can do more damage, but then you can't one-shot. And to be honest, for me, the developers have a different idea about this, by the way, but I just have my own opinions on one-shots anyway at the top level. I just don't think one-shots should even exist at the top level. I don't see what's... For me, I don't see what's easy in just one-shotting a building. It's gone. What is the point in that? I mean, a lot of people just one-shot MDS. I mean, what's the point of that even being a building if people just one-shot it anyway? It just does nothing.
Using abilities to take it out, that's a point, but I think it's just so cheap to take it out. 4 ability points to take it out is very cheap, and it's for something that's so devastating,
But developer side, I mean, I had to speak to the team about this, and they said, we should still have one-shots in the game. We conducted the survey, and people said they were quite specific with it, saying I should still be able to one-shot, but only specific buildings. That was the majority vote in the survey. And to me, that's just like, well, see, these are all the design decisions we have to consider. So I'm glad we're actually being really open and honest about this because people can actually hear how we have to consider this. But down to the majority vote of what you decided, then that's really going to be quite boring for the player because if you can just one-shot specific buildings, then we're going to have to let you we'll go, okay, you can one-shot all these, but then we're going to have to raise the HP of all the buildings that are not allowed to be one shot, and then you're going to be sat there hitting them for 40 seconds just so you get your one shot off. That
Yeah,
is
well,
it, you know.
when I thought about that,
That-
at first, when we said like we're not able to one shot, I was a bit against it. And I was like, but then I thought
yeah,
back in the early HQ days, before 5-star jets, everyone used armor really on mortars, and it's before the target protocol. I'm talking a while back now. I'm talking
mm,
years ago. Like I said before, Fireflies. That's how long ago it was. It was in batch 3, which is years ago. And jets could only really one shot beams and launchers. But mainly because they were so devastating. Those were the two devastating defenses on the battlefield, whereas mortars were the third. But mortars, everyone had armor. So, and it's only recently that people have switched from armor. I mean, say recently, last couple of years, people have switched from armor and going for target protocol on Cindery. So that's made them being able to one shot, which for me is a choice. That's fine if you want to choose that, but you should be able to equip armor onto anything and stop it being one-shotted. But I think that the problem there, again, another problem, is that some cores are that overpowered that you wouldn't dare switch them out. Like Cybertron Charge. I mean, Grind Time can back me up on this. Have you ever took Grind Time? Have you ever took Cybertron Charge or the missile one? What's it called? Direct missile one.
Oh, target protocol or whatever.
No, that's target protocol for the mortar, isn't it? The one for the launchers.
Guided
missile.
missiles.
Yeah. Have you ever took them off?
Never.
Never. Is there any other cores you've never took off?
Uh, target protocol and the mortars. I keep that on there.
I do now as well. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
for me, I'm okay with one shots to the degree of. I mean, again, this is just my own opinion. This is not what the developers think. I've just got my own. You know, we all have our own thoughts on how the game should be played. And for me, if you're going to do a one shot, I think you've got to be set up for it. For example, we just brought in C clamp with the increased damage of 30%. Like if you bring in C clamp on a building and then use a one shot after that, and it just can take the building down with a 30% increased damage increase, that's fine to me because you're using more ability points to do it.
Yeah, but let's
But I
not
just
talk about
don't.
C-clamp in the same breath as that.
Yeah.
Because if you want to
No,
start
but
getting
but
technical, his
no,
range is so
no,
short that you're not even going to bother using a one shot. So
no. But you see where I'm coming from. Like
you mean
it's got to be
combos?
set
You mean
up.
combos? I know
Yeah,
you mean
it's
that,
got to
yeah.
be set up, hasn't it? It's got to be set up for it.
Yeah,
That's where I'm not too
It's like
bad.
using air raid in a jet. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something
yeah.
like that. You know?
I don't mind a setup because the building's got a bit of time to do what it needs to do,
Okay.
and you have to play around it to get it down.
Yeah, well,
But
I
just
I was
straight
talking with
in,
Dale the other day
gone.
about this, and for me, bots need to progress now and push on. I said it for a long time, and they need to get better. And I've always said that the latest bots should be better than the older bots, and the only way we're going to do that is by making things incredibly harder at the top levels. They're not going to push things if the top bots in the game are already going to walk over a base, then they're not going to make bots better. And I think 5-stars have done that. 5-stars have progressed and progressed and progressed. And yes, the 4-stars under them have, but the new 4-stars haven't, and that's a big argument for me. And I think that as part of leaderboards and things like that, and I mean, me and Dale talked a bit about revaluing 4-stars, and Dale said that's not going to happen. And I kind of get that. I agree that it's hard to revalue 4-stars and devalue them, because then that makes 5-stars less valuable in the long run. So then make 4-stars. My view is that you should make 4-stars more valuable then, and make them worth the effort. I see a lot of people in global chat. I went in global chat today and just saying like, what did everyone think of the event, guys? And I talked to my guys in Discord, and most guys were like, nah, I'm not too fussed about this event. And I think one part of it is that it's a long event, which I kind of get by having it longer. You get increased chance by having more prestiges. But I think
Yeah,
the other part of it is that no one's really that pumped up for the bot. I think the fact that it's not part of a combiner yet. I mean, we all know it is, but I don't think people realise that really. And when they do, then they'll be more pumped about getting it. But I think if you announce that this bot would be part of a combiner, then it might spark a bit more interest. I think 2 is the abilities, something we've seen before. It's nothing really like that crazy. So everyone's like, yeah, it's something I've done. I mean, and then the fact that it's not overpowered, and I think just all these sort of come together for people to be like, yeah, I'm not really bothered if I get it or not. Like my crystals
But
now, sometimes I'm aching to open these crystals, and now I'm like, I'll open them on stream on Wednesday. Because I'm not. Really,
I'm the most impatient player there is probably, and I haven't cracked a crystal yet. I'm waiting to do it on the stream after this one. So if that
Yeah.
tells you anything, if I can stand to wait,
and that says a lot. Yeah, I remember
That
you.
says a
I remember you
lot.
saving your 5-star crystals, and you were
Oh, it
messaging me
was
every day,
killing
going,
me.
"I can't do it. I can't do this. I need to open it." I was like, "Save it for your stream. Save it for a video. Trust me." He's like, "I can't. I can't do it."
And just to throw it out there, everyone that's watching along, I am trying to catch some of the questions that are coming through the chat while they're talking, and if we have time, we'll address these questions
Yeah,
later.
I don't want to go off subject. If it's about wars or bases, things like that, then yeah, I don't mind. But I don't want to be talking about if nose cone's getting a buff because we'll be here all day. Let's be honest. So if it's anything around,
Nose
bases
cone
and
is getting a
wars,
buff.
then
Nose cone is. He is getting a buff.
it's been 18
Do you know
months,
what?
Dale. It's been 18 months. Come
Do you know
on,
what?
man.
It's actually becoming quite internally. Me and Fabian, I know we shouldn't joke about it, but we are, because I'm literally asking him every day, like, when are you going to buff nose cone? Every time I do
Yeah,
the
but you
newsletter
do
buff
realise that
report,
as
I'm just
soon as you've
asking.
done that, then it'll be when you're going to fix Prime Rush again. So it's not going to end. It's going to rinse and repeat as
Hey,
something different.
I want to know when you're gonna buff Beast Wars Ironhide. I mean, when's that buff coming? I've been
Do you
waiting.
not like it?
I've been waiting all weekend.
Well, I'll say my opinion. If you want to see my opinion, guys, go and check out my stream. I don't want to keep going over it. But yeah, I mean, I've told Dale, it's no secret. I'm not just like launched it on him right now. He knows my feeling about this new bot. I've said that, it's just we need something new and refreshing, some new ideas, and I think we can take some ideas from other games out there. I think that's going to be an important part of it, is thinking outside the box a bit with some new abilities and new things, rather than just mashing two together that aren't as powerful as the ones that do it already quite well already. So, but no, I can't wait for these war effects. I mean, can we show them on the stream? Is there some ready to go, or?
We can do the. Just give me 1 second while I just do it. I'm just going to set up the war now. So we will show the. These are the easy, I would say, effects.
Yeah, but some people are still struggling though.
Yeah, we did the survey, didn't we? And we asked players, what did they think of the difficulty currently in Prime League hard mode? And I think just shy of 11% said it was easy. 50% of people said it was medium, which, to be honest, you might as well band medium and easy together and it'd be 60%, because if they are saying it's medium, then it's not a hard mode, obviously.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the people said it was too hard. So there are still people who think Prime League hard is hard. When we're scaling these effects up, I think these kind of people who have said it is hard at the moment must have not been in the league very long. And if you have just got into the league, it's going to be disappointing that you're probably not even going to get points in Prime League hard mode. You're probably going to drop. But effect scale, there's always a set time when effect scale. I think I'll be the first to admit that we left these a little bit too long, and too many players have caught into this bracket where they think they should be in there. Maybe they do. Maybe they do. That's not for me to say where you should be as a player. But we're going to be scaling them, and it's going to be difficult. If you've put they are hard at the moment and you think they're hard, you're most likely not going to be able to do them in the future.
I don't want to call people out, but I'm sure you know who it is. It's a person in playtest that, isn't probably at my level. Has about a 25k team, and I think he's been really important and probably an integral part to this testing, because he's been in the testing and saying, listen, I can do this base, and I've got a 25k team on global, and I can do this. I shouldn't be in that league. Do you know what I mean? And I agree that a 25k team shouldn't be able to compete at the very top. And like you said, there's some people in there that are competing that shouldn't be able to, sadly. And again, it's not all about power. It's not all about strength. I understand that. But there is people running teams that just, with teams of like 4-star, teams of 4 stars, basically, against the top bases. Which, it's not really fair.
Okay, a couple questions about the wars.
Sure.
SG Soundwave has asked a couple of times, I think, if we're going to do something about Alliance campers, and then also Risky was asking about Cyber League hard mode.
Let's go one at a time, so I don't.
Yep.
And so I don't miss the other question. First question was about people camping. unfortunately, this is just a band-aid until we get a revamp on Wars. When we have a revamp on Wars, we're going to brainstorm with all the playtesters how we move forward, what you want to see. These are going to be the topics we have to discuss, we have to consider, and
Dale,
we
you
will
do
be
realise you
brainstorming
could
that.
fix that in 2 seconds flat. Auto promote.
Auto demote?
Auto
Promote,
promote. Yeah.
demote.
Done. Auto promote. Done. Simple as that.
Yep.
I will speak to the team about it and see if we can roll that change out then with the changes we're
Remember,
doing.
yeah,
But I'm
remember,
not sure how possible it is.
It's possible. It's definitely possible. But I think there was a reason why they didn't want to do it. I'm not too sure. But I remember Yanis talked about
Right.
it in stream a while back. And he weren't too sure. And I think he wanted to keep Prime League for the elite. But the problem is that there's too many people that probably are good enough for Prime League, but not good enough for Prime League hard, but are too good for Cybertron. And I don't think a new zone is needed. I just think that people that are in Cybertron that need to go into Prime League. It's simple as that. You know,
Yep.
for me, there should be a extra bracket of teams that do well in. There should be teams that do well in Cyber, teams that do well in Cyber hard, teams that can do well in Prime League, and teams that do well in Prime League hard. So there should be 2 teams in there that can't do hard mode in Prime League, but it's too hard, but should be able to compete in Prime League. And that's why we talked about in the playtest about making sure that Prime League was harder than hard mode in Cyber. Hence, Risku's question, which you can sort of carry on with now. I mean, sort of touched upon it. But yeah, it's making sure that hard mode in Cyber is not harder than Prime League.
Yeah, I mean, look, it'll be something I'll take to the team and we can consider about auto promotion for now. But on the next revamp of War Effects, what we'll be doing, we'll just make sure that these things are just not going to be possible. We don't want people just being in an elo, so to speak. That is like a level. They shouldn't be. What was the next question?
Cyber League hard mode.
Yeah, so when we conducted the survey, a lot of players voted that they would like to see the Prime League hard mode effect at a softer scale. And what I mean by that is, at Prime League hard mode, you would have like a 50% HP. Let's just say, for argument's sake, Prime League hard mode would have 50% HP increase. Well, in Prime League, that would probably be 30%. Cybertron hard mode, that would probably be 15%, and then Cybertron would probably be like 5%. So a little bit of a softer scale is what players want. I'm just setting up the war now. Hopefully that answers
Dale.
your questions. Yep.
I'm not in the war alliance because remember my test server got all screwed up.
Yes, you can just join the. I've not set it up yet, so you can join the.
Okay. Is it open?
Yes, it is.
Oh, sound then. And don't forget, guys, this is test server. Before I get all the questions.
Yeah.
There we go.
Uh-oh.
See any more questions, Grind Time? Please let me know.
Yeah, we've got 10 minutes left on this Zoom call before we get kicked off.
Nice.
Just let you guys know. And the only other questions I saw, I think, weren't specifically related to wars. So
yeah, okay, we'll keep that. Keep it to wars. Okay, do you want? Is that a war set up or?
I'm just setting it up now.
Cool.
It's just going. I think I just need to do it one more time.
But yeah, as well, I wanted to suggest something as well that I've talked about in the past. But again, that people getting worried, thinking like saying, "Oh my God, wars are gonna get harder at lower levels." And I think even to be fair, Dale, I don't want to call you out, but even you said like maybe should make them harder at lower levels. And all the playtesters were like, "No, no, 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 no. Let's leave as it is. Let's leave it. Let's keep it as it is." But like Dale said though, that as things get harder, you can warrant it with more rewards. So, but I kind of get that it's so imbalanced. I mean, again, we talked about it, Dale, about it being so unbalanced that at lower levels you can have a HQ 15 as base 1 and then have a maxed out base at base 2. And I think that's a big problem with the game, and I'm not too sure what the workaround is. I know they did a debuff on all the bases lower than, I think, is it Cam and lower, I think it is. But you know, I think they're already easy enough. It's just balancing them HQs somehow. I don't know how they're gonna do it. I'm totally baffled how it's gonna work. Maybe more of a debuff is needed. I don't know. I mean, the harder thing is that the top levels and top families that everyone has players around them that are matched. But in lower alliances, you will have one player that is a 17, and you'll have a player that's a HQ 16, and a player that's HQ 15, and a 14 to fill the alliances up. So I think that's a problem as well. But
Yeah, I don't think you can ever. So difficult how you address that because
it
if
is.
let's just say you retire tomorrow and go join a alliance who's in the bottom, like the worst alliance you could imagine,
Yeah.
and you have a war,
Yeah.
and they get war against you, like you have every right to participate in that war, but
Yeah.
you are just miles ahead of all the players at that level. So yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think there's ever a way to balance it, and it's just difficult.
Yeah, it is.
It is really difficult to
Would
balance a
there
war at a lower
would there
scale.
be a way to set a protocol so that, for example, like if Wozza dropped down to a, or any high player dropped down to a lower um, alliance, that whenever it's picking those random bases, it would detect that this base is way higher
Way
than all the
ahead.
bases on the other alliance and not pick that base. Of course,
I think the
then
only
it's the problem with it being commander, which would be a problem. But
Yeah, I think you make a good point. You could do it that way, but I think the only way you could realistically do it, having thought about it, is probably the system just detects that the player is just miles ahead, and then you probably buff the player who's an underdog. But then I don't know how that would
Well,
work at
grind
a higher
time's hit.
scale.
I think grind time's on something there. Because right now you've debuffed everything. So 16 becomes easier, 15 becomes easier, 17 becomes easier in certain leagues. Why can't you just debuff the HQ levels? So a 17 would have a 20% decrease. A 16 would have a 15% decrease. A 15 would have a 10% decrease. Do you know what I mean? So rather than them all being like a 10% decrease and 15 being easy, 16 being hard, and 17 being impossible because all 10% across the board, at lower levels, decreasing it by HQ level.
Yeah, I think that would probably be the way to do it. So
If possible, yeah.
each league would be like this. The ideal HQ number here is let's just say 6, and then anything over that is debuffed per
Yeah.
whatever the higher HQ. Yeah, that is definitely something for the revamp for sure. Make wars way fairer.
Yeah. Right. Do you want to set up another Zoom call then, Dale? And
Yeah,
then
the war is on as well. By the way,
yep.
you can see it's on.
Yes, I'm gonna have a go at my combiner. I'm gonna have a go at this war. Go through the effects hopefully, and then by the
Yep.
time we've done that, then you should be back. Then I think, and I can join the
Yeah,
Zoom.
sure.
Again.
Okay, I'll do that now.
Cool. Cheers. Okay, so someone has asked that we can show the combiner. So we'll show Mega Supreme. Obviously, I mean he's a 5-star and he's pretty much maxed out. I did show him earlier while we were talking. But yeah, we'll try and show him. But I'm trying. Obviously, I'm trying to log into Zoom and to go in Discord to get the link while I'm trying to play. So be patient, please, guys. Uh, we'll go into base trials and we'll see what we can do. We can go through wars. So I've got a coin to myself, but I don't want to do it without Daly, and he can answer some questions. So I mean, we've got this team here, but this is not my team. That's my team. He's not. And we've got Blades, and we've got Blaster. And we don't have him. Who's missing? Jetfire. Let's have a look at the cores. Let's have a bit of what? Add a bit of sound, eh? I just thought, I it's a bit quiet. Okay, so that's my setup for Sea Spray. My setup for Bumblebee. I've just changed actually recently. I put Top Shot on him, but I'm going to put Alchemist on him. I took that off just for Beast Wars Ironhide, so we're going to put Alchemist back on again. There we go. Cool. Who else have we got? I'm just joining this Zoom meeting, guys. Where's it gone? And we get an update, and of course it is. Who have we got on the healers? Healers, I think it's just healing, of course. I mean, mine are a bit higher level, I think. Oh no, it's actually copying my account over. So this is pretty much my account right now. My wheeljack's leveled a bit higher. What level's wheeljack actually? What level was wheeljack? Yeah, I've just took wheeljack to 6311 this weekend. So that's the only difference in the team, really. This is pretty much my live team that I run. Blaze, I'm just checking the team over, guys. Make sure everything's in place. Yep, Flak and Alpha Tryon. Rook, I think Stripes. Yep, Stripes, and then Blaster should be 11 as well. Is he 11? Yep. And this is Quintus. I think I've put Quintus on Beast Wars. Ironhide to test, so it's back on there again. Okay, cool. Okay, so that's generally my team. Let's put a 5-star Omega in there. We could do a bit of Comptron action as well. Hard battle and prime against my own base. Like my own base is not really set up really that well. Well, actually, it's my old base, so it's not too bad. But it's set up obviously for the current effects, which is a bit different with exploding buildings, things like that. So it's not optimal, I'd say, for these effects. But we'll look at the effects anyway. And hopefully we can get zoom to we can get the back on again. It's a bit strange, it's not going through for some reason. Oh, there we go, connecting now. Hey. So, I can't hear Dale and...
There he is.
There we go.
Hello.
There we go.
So I see you've just landed into base.
Well, yeah,
So-
I didn't want to... I tried pressing something on Zoom, and it just came up. So I had to go back out again because I didn't want anyone to start the attack. I just randomly dropped a bot. I was like, oh, better drop them all. But yeah, I just basically all I've done is set my team up and gone through the cores that I use for my team. So you've not missed anything at all.
No. Okay, so effect-wise then, we can go over them. So at the moment you're currently seeing plus 20% HP for all buildings and 50% damage for all defenses.
So
build
50%
bots-
extra DPS, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yes, it is, yeah. Build bots have 125% more HP, so I'm not sure if you can tap them to show how much
Yeah, I
HP they
should be able
got.
to see at the beginning there. Yeah, that's the idea. I wanted to go through at the beginning of
Yeah.
the start and see the HP, but then
Yeah.
I dropped a bot.
You're going back through, yeah. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
we've got so obviously build bots 125% HP. Obviously these effects are built into build bots, so with it being anti-hack, build bots cannot, anything in the build bot range can't be hacked. And then you're thinking, well, I'll just one-shot that.
So
We thought about
I
that.
can't remember what we said in testing. So
Yeah.
when you got the force field disruptor, obviously you have a bigger area. So does that area mean all that is unhackable now? Can you see my
Well,
screen?
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
'Cause
so
obviously
all
the
that
healing build bot
area.
is smaller. So you're saying that obviously you'd be more inclined to add in force field disruptor, which has a large area instead.
No, I don't think it gets amplified by range. I'm pretty sure Fabian.
The standard range.
Yeah, it's just standard range on the build bot.
It'd
So
be interesting
anything
to know
in
what
that,
range that is exactly, really. I think it would help
Yeah,
a lot. But,
I think we need to make that a little bit more clear on the standard range. But yeah, it's standard range. The only thing what hacks it is Computron. I always say his name wrong. He's the only combiner who can.
Computron.
Computron.
Yeah, that's right.
He's the only one who can hack it because he's got a super hack, believe it or not. So he's the only one who gets through it. So everything in that build bot range there will be unhackable essentially unless using your combiner. Now obviously this base is not a great design. No offense, Wozza, because all his build bots are in one, kind of stacked in one area, so he's not really utilizing the anti-hack anyway. So this is where your base design skills really come into play.
Well, I think we talked about this though. The build bots are 5,000 health, but we
Yes.
said that they could probably even do more. I think, personally, I'd up them to about 7k personally, because I think that 3k. I mean, Goldfire does what? 4k damage. I mean, what is Grant might know better than me now. I'll start using Goldfire. What damage does Goldfire do at max?
He does. I can actually show or read it real quick.
Oh,
I
go on
can't
then.
show you, but I
Yeah, go
can
on then.
read it.
Yeah, cool.
It is. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? There he is. His regular DPS is 754.4, but his SA does 4,300 damage to each of them over
There you go.
11.4 seconds.
So that's
Well, this is
4,300.
this is where it gets interesting because 75% of the damage from a special ability is resistant. The build bots are resistant.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Build bots are 75% resistant to special abilities from the bots. So
you're not taking them out.
you're not going to be taking them out through special abilities. And if you are using all your points on build bots, then you're wasting your time because 75% is mitigated.
I mean, this is all. I mean, the MDS there is 8,000 health, so that's quite considerable, you know. But I still think it could be more. I mean, I'm a very much big favour of more because my Jetfire is 581, but does more than that. I'd have to show you stats outside of that.
Yeah.
It doesn't incorporate cores in this, but I think it's about, I think close to 8k. Could be wrong. But you can see there that the HP has gone up a lot. I mean, 8,400 for, you know, for shock towers and 8,000 for MDS, 6,120 for mortars. I mean, obviously you can add an armor core, which add about 15-20% on that. So you're talking like 7k for mortars as well. Beam lasers still be able to, beam lasers and launchers still be able to be killed by one shots easily.
Yeah, I think you need to utilize some one shots here because 50% of damage from those defenses are just insane. They are going to melt you if you don't deal with them.
Let's see then.
Yeah, let's give it a go.
So I'm going to walk and see how far I get through. And this is obviously not using any ability points. This is just, I've used Blaster because I use that at the start of every single battle, just to add some protection. But yeah. The Crusher said, I think that's a 4-star Jetfire. Oh, I put the wrong one on? I don't think so. No, I think it don't incorporate cores on the things at the bottom here. We'll see afterwards anyway, but yeah. I think I might have to use an ability to get rid of Chromia. But we all know how much of a pain she is.
Do you have a build bot here? You don't, do you?
No, not yet. We can show that at the top though. Watch this. So let me get rid of this Chrome because I want to get rid of this shock tower.
Yeah.
Remember, you critiqued him for having all of his build bots up top.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
So there is blades. So yeah, you can see there that this defense is still been hacked. So it's basically any defenses that are close by, like really close by, like as in next to them. So this beam laser here will still get hacked. Didn't hit it, but never mind. We can see there that these aren't hacked, and blades actually died because I've got the anti-air down there.
Yeah, I think these effects are definitely dependent. Yeah, it's so tough to know how difficult these effects are because there's some crazy base designers out there. They are really good at utilising this.
I mean, I've walked this base. I've got 40 ability points. I'm not touching anything yet. I'm not using Combine yet or anything, but you know, I mean, I've not been really taking note. Of what's happening in the battle, but.
Well, I think you're demonstrating a good thing here, though, that you can't just mindlessly put your bots down and win.
Maybe.
Well, you just did.
Okay, I'll get a Mega Supreme out then, and we'll see afterwards.
Maybe if you did that.
And don't forget, I use non-ability points at all, which is a big thing. You know what I should have brought for this base? Compatron.
Yeah.
Compaton, whatever you call him.
Competent.
Don't make fun of Dale. I'll make you say Cicada Con.
Oh god. But yeah, it's definitely harder though. Definitely harder.
Oh yeah, it's a big difference, and that's what we want. We just want to freshen things up. This is just a band-aid, like I've mentioned, until we get a bit of a revamp in Wars. But this is what we can do for now to keep people.
Yeah, definitely.
I say entertained, but it's going to be more frustration, I think.
Yeah, but
after a while.
I don't activate it then either, so that's a big thing as well. So definitely going to be harder, I think. And like I said, I don't want to keep going over and flogging a dead horse, but I just hope it is a bit harder and it entertains top guys. Because I've been plugging this to my side guys and saying, listen, get prepared. And they're like, yeah, I'll just walk it still. I'm like, no, you won't be able to walk. Well, I'll just do this. No, you won't be able to do that either. Everything they come up with, I go, nah, you won't be able to do that. You won't be able to do anything. Nothing will work.
If I'm honest, I don't want to big up the effects too much because in testing we've kind of gone against bases that they've not gone against the effects at all. There's been no base design that we've gone against that have really challenged us in a really slight.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
We've just not had it. So on live, it's going to be completely different. We've got no idea how it's going to go. I mean, it could be too hard when people start figuring out how to play against it.
I mean, some side guys are going, I hope scores go down to 3K. I hope they do. That's how much they hate it at the minute. Like how overpowered it is. Like I hope it goes down to 3K. I hope I fail on base 1. I really do. Give me something to do and work towards. So I kind of get it. I mean that you're better easing on the side of a bit too hard than a bit too easy. But you don't want people just failing on base 1 all the time. But I think the big thing for me is making 300 an achievement. You know, something that you celebrate. Whereas now, you don't celebrate 300s. I mean, Grind Time backed me up. I mean, you used to get 300, and you're in the chat going, look at this, and everyone be like, oh, well done, brilliant. Where
I don't get it. Yeah, 300 now. If you are getting 300 now consistently, that is what we don't want.
Yeah.
If we see players getting 300 far too easily, we're going to have to just tone the effects up because 300 should be something you maybe get. It shouldn't be you get 99% of the time. It is you have to play really well to get 300. And I get that not everybody's in PsyOps, not everybody's at the top level, but we can make it challenging at least.
Yeah, it needs to be challenging for the top guys. It needs to be. It needs to be challenging at every level. You know, I think
well, it's hard mode.
I think
it's hard mode.
I think it's challenging it at the minute. I think it's challenging for every level of the game. Maybe too challenging at bottom level, which we're making easier through catch-up mechanics and things like that. And I think that lower tiers are quite hard. I find it hard to upgrade. I think mid-tier guys, I don't have it too bad. I think wars need a bit of addressing, but it's okay. It's quite fun leveling new bots and getting new bots and things like that. But at the top level, when there's no new bots to get and nothing will improve your team and there's nowhere to go with wars because you're already perfect. You know, when you got the perfect team and you can do the perfect score against anything in the game, where'd you go from there? That's the thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can see some people are saying base rinse. So yeah, we did advertise base rinsing. So yeah, but what I plan on doing is, guys, is close to the time when these effects are ready to go live, we'll organise another interview with Dale and we can go through them properly and spend a whole stream just going through them. Cool. Right, okay. Let's go to base rinsing. Okay, how do we get your camera back up on here again? See, that comes up there, and then I go like that, and it clicks off. So, how can I get that up there permanently? I need to work this out now. I need to work this out. How am I going to do this, Dale? How am I going to make this? Hang on a minute. Add a display capture.
In my alliance, I have at least one free-to-play player that's one of the best tacticians I've ever seen play. is within a net base. In fact, I think this might help level playing field a little bit. People can't just buy off good spots, pay to have level to make it work. You're actually going to think about how to use it a little bit more, I think.
Right. I can't get this window on. We'll have to go with it as we is. We'll have to work out another day, really. We'll have to do it properly. Because this is yeah, it's frustrating.
Stay tuned to after 6 months for mine, and you'll find out.
Yes, grind time will be on straight after us. So make sure you tune in for that, guys. And obviously make sure you...
Just a quick one on Risku's message as well about the games. It's so hard to balance a game, especially at the top level, that favours free-to-play and pay-to-play. Because if we make the game easier for free-to-play, then the people who pay and also play the game will be way more ahead than people who just free-to-play anyway. So, yeah, there's just no way to fix that. If you support the game, you will be further. That's just the way it is.
Oh,
I
someone's
feel like
mentioned
money should
the...
only get you something quicker. I think that's just the fact what money does. It's just a time game. If you spend money, you get something now, essentially. But if you don't, you will eventually get it.
Someone's saying the sound's gone off again. I need to address the sound a minute. And then... hang on a minute, hang on. Audio input, I need to copy this over a minute. Sorry guys, copy that, go back to there. There we go. And that should fix the sound now. Apologies. I only fixed it for 1, not 2. Okay. I think they missed half of that, Dale, but yeah.
I was just saying about the Risku's comment about it being more favoured to people who pay money into the game. It's just so tough, isn't it, to balance somebody who free to plays the game and somebody who pays to play the game. Because if we make it easier for free to play players, then those who do put money in just get further ahead. It's just the way it is, I'm afraid. And yeah, it's not something that we're trying to do with the war effects, is to try and make you spend more money. We just genuinely want there to be a bit more engagement at the top level and a bit more challenging. It's not to make you spend more money, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, obviously money keeps the game going and it's required. But we've said it, we've said in the past in playtest that money should get you there faster.
Yeah, that's how I see it. It's just a time gate.
Yeah.
If you spend money, you will get it quicker. That's all you do. That's all money it does in this game for me, is just make you have something quicker. If you don't spend money, you will eventually get it, you'll experience it, and then it'll be scaled. So then you have to do it all over again, and that's just how it is. That's just how a game should evolve for me.
But yeah,
that's how it has to be challenging. If we stay on effects for too long, we've seen it in wars. More people get there. The difficulty gets all crazy because you've got people who shouldn't be there, who's in there, and yeah, it's just mixes all the balancing. So yeah, we can't let it get stale again. That's for sure.
Yeah. Anyway, let's on to the base rinsing. So my favorite part. So yes, Dale's done this before. Grant's done this before. Dale's at a bit of a disadvantage because he's a bit of a lower level player. I mean, what HQ you now, Dale?
15.
15? Not too bad.
15.
You got there pretty quick. So yeah, not too bad.
15.
But yeah, I mean, last time we did this with Dale, I think you were saying that every other base was pretty good. And I think you're just being too polite. Whereas me and Grind Time go all out, and we, because me and Grind Time know what a good base looks like, So it'd be interesting now to have two sides of the coin. It's not just me against Dale. So we've got a third person here to sort of have the deciding factor on these bases. So don't forget, guys, that anyone that's anyone's base that is showing gets a Sunstreaker Wozza stash crystal. I'm gonna let Dale as well give a code out to whatever he thinks is the best or whatever. He can give as many as he wants out. It's up to him. Maybe the best base or the worst or whatever he wants to do. But anyone that I've chosen to do the base rinsing gets a Sunstreaker Wozza stash crystal. Just hit me up on Discord. I know there is some people that are messaging me saying like, "Oh, can you do my base?" I decide all these at the minute that I announce the stream, because I go on to Dale, I go to Grind Time and say, "Do you want to do a base rinsing?" And they go, "Yep." And then I close the chat and I go, "Right, guys, go and look at the bases that are there, and you can get an idea what we're going to do." And I close it. So nothing's a surprise, really. But once we've done this stream, we're going to reopen it again. So maybe tomorrow, it'll be open again, it'll be clear. So go and put your bases in. And once it's in there, we can, we can look at it and choose to rinse it or not. But don't forget, guys, it's only a bit of fun, but it is like a trolling session. That's what it is, ultimately. Cool. Okay, so the first base we have up is Meta Blaster Stroke Reborn 9. So it's a max HQ. So I'm going to ask Dale first. I'll put Dale on the spot. So what do you think of this, Dale?
Where am I seeing the base first? Sorry.
Uh,
I go into Discord, don't I? So I've been watching your stream, thinking you was gonna boot up the base.
I have.
Let me just get it into Sunstreaker Wozza. Oh, you have put me on the spot. Which channel is it in?
Base rinsing. You know the one that I put you in and said, go and look
You
at the
have
bases?
so many
That
channels.
It's
Sorry,
on the
there's
stream.
so many.
It's on the stream as well.
Oh, it's on the stream as well. There we go. What do I think of that base? I can't barely see it. You've not zoomed out enough.
I can't. The problem is that every single base is a different size. So I can maybe change the size of it a bit. And then go from there. Let's have a look. Can't really. You need your glasses on. That's what you need.
Get your eyeballs on. Let's go.
Well, my opinions of the base, first thoughts are, I love the design. It's symmetrical for sure. I love it. I love the love what they're doing with the walls there on the bottom right hand side. At the bottom you've got like a little bit of a star shape going on.
There.
That's really cool, isn't it? Yeah. I wonder what the thought process was of that. I'd really want to know.
Okay. So Dale thinks this is a. What would you give it out of 10 then, Dale?
God, probably a 5 to be honest with you.
I love how you've just gone. I think it's really good. A 5.
I just want to know what we're doing with those walls at the bottom and what the
These?
thought process. Yeah, the star shape.
Okay, well let's bring Grind Time's
Yeah.
take on it. What do you think, Grind Time?
I think it's terrible. No, just kidding. Dale thinks it's pretty, and I think it's honestly not bad. It's very susceptible to a sack attack with all the outposts being, right there. You could easily sack it if that's what the method you want to use, or even walk it mostly, and then you'd have all the other defenses gone by the time you pop the outposts and combiners anyway. So I'm not a big fan of the bases that have all of the outposts all clustered like that. But
Okay, you've had your say. And now I'm going to absolutely destroy this base in about 2 minutes flat. Why would you have mines right at the back? This guy's super afraid of cup lagoons, I think. He's put all his outposts around the front. He's put all his cores and everything around the back. He's like, you are not cupping my base. This base has been designed around cup lagooning. These walls are terrible. But again, why would you break these walls when you could just rush around them? It's even laid like a little bit of a, crumb trails that you can follow even. How cute.
Yep.
But then you've also got to think that it's a maxed out base with HQ 14 walls? 15 what? 14? I'm sure it's HQ 14 walls. I think I'm a HQ 14 in China server. And they're the same as mine. So it's a HQ 17 with HQ 14 walls. Which worries me, Grindtown, that you think this is good. I mean, I can excuse Dale. Dale's awful at the game. I can excuse that.
I meant the layout.
I love how this has gone from base rinsing to rinsing you guys. But
hey, we didn't sign up for that.
sadly, you have right now. But yeah, that's 12 HQ 12 walls. Wow.
Wow. Yeah, that's terrible.
HQ 12 for a max HQ. That's so I'd put this as a 2. Yeah, it's symmetrical. But symmetrical isn't everything. I mean, we talked about this. I mean, I love symmetrical bases, but not at the cost of it being good.
Well, you already said it. He's defending against the cup, Golden Lagoon.
Oh, against Cup
the
Lagoon.
walls don't matter. Yeah, the walls
Yeah.
don't matter because Cup's just going to bounce back there anyway. So
Cup Lagoon would be a bit of a nightmare. But then again, if you put Cup there, is it really going to stop him? The mines won't stop him. They won't stop him.
Those MDSs, no. If that was the plasma cannon one, it would be a problem. But those probably won't even hit them, will they?
Nope. Nope. So
Nope.
I don't even think there's a good job of that. But yeah. And Sharks is put, can we do a segment where you rinse the special guests? Well, I've no one coming on the stream. Everyone's like, no, thank you. But he has done give us a little snippet into what outpost spots he's picked. So he's picked Ripper Snapper, Sound and Soundwave. Only 2. Apparently he's only got 2 outposts. So
Yeah.
well done. Yeah, he's got 2 outposts. Yeah. And that's enough said that. So the next one is Volcanicus 69. Now this guy's appeared in our streams a couple of times, I think. So what do you think, Dale? I love putting Dale on the spot first.
The space. Okay. I'm just getting the base up 1 second.
Can you not see it on the stream?
Yeah, but it's a little bit behind.
Ah, right, okay.
Yeah, well, this base is just all over the place for me. Buildings are everywhere.
That's because the
don't know-
base is all over the place.
I don't know what the wall is around the little. Is that a cannon on the right hand side? I'm colorblind, so the.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's just like can't really see it. But yeah, I don't know why there's a wall around there, and yeah, I've got God knows what's going on with this.
I mean,
This is
he's
just- this is-
massively rushed his HQ, and I think it's probably an issue with the game. People are encouraged to rush their HQ, where on Clash of Clans, you stay at your HQ as long as you can. Because as soon as you go past that, then what happens then is that you start playing against higher players. So
Yeah.
but that's not apparent in this game. It's different. And Galvatron's put 0 out of 10.
I just don't know what's going on with it. It's like he's gone to the pub for the night out and he's come back and had one of those brainstorms and gone, I need to redesign my base. He's 16 pints in and he needs to redesign it. He's gone ahead with it and this is what he's come up with. So, yeah.
Grindtime's done that a few times,
heck yeah.
I've seen some
Okay.
Grindtime designs.
So first of all, I made the video where I was updating Cadmus Prime's account, and I mentioned not to rush upgrading, and you disagreed with me, Wozza. You said no, I can understand rushing the account or rushing your
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
upgrade to get the extra bots. So don't go backtracking now and telling people not to rush.
Oh no,
when
but
you-
remember
or
what I
to
did say
rush.
though. Hang on, but what I did say was, but then you've got to catch up the next HQ upgrade.
Yes.
Rush the 1, but don't rush 3. What this guy's
Right.
done. I mean, at the expense of the whole base. Yeah. I mean, if I had a choice, if I could upgrade my HQ now, if I was HQ 15, and I could upgrade my HQ to 16, I'd do it in a heartbeat. Straight away, as fast as you can, get that HQ upgraded. But then, I'd upgrade everything else up. Do you know what I mean?
think
To
the
a
problem
decent
with this,
level.
do you not think at this level though, for the lower HQ, there's just not enough walls to make a good base?
Yeah and no.
Like, I would love to see you show me a good base design at HQ 10.
Well, the other thing is at those lower levels, though, they can't even store enough resources really to do a whole lot of leveling. Plus, they get raided so often that if you don't spend it before you log out for the day, you're probably going to get raided and lose what you have anyway.
I'll say this much, Dale. Base design for lower levels is more apparent than it is at higher levels right now. Because no matter what I do in my base, it will get walked over, no matter what. Whereas at least lower levels, because they don't have the higher level combats, walls actually do matter. Walls are used for pathing, whereas at higher levels, walls aren't even used for that most of the time. Just go through them. But yeah, I kind of get what you're saying, yes and no. I'd like more walls in general, personally, at every single level. But then at the higher levels, there comes a problem where the walls take up more space, which means there's less size on the map again. So, you're not going to add more walls without making the map bigger. So that's another issue. We don't want to keep going on about that. But yeah, but regardless, I mean, let's not make excuses. I mean, this guy's been on my streams before. He's put his base in before. We've criticized it before. We've said the same things before.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, but you got to ask me what I think.
go on. What do you think?
Okay, I think this is brilliant, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
Right, I'm just going to
The
mute
obvious-
grind time a minute. I'm just going
No,
to
no,
give me 2 minutes.
Give me. He's obviously going to win the stash crystal for being rinsed the most. So that's what he's done. So he turned in this base thinking, I'm going to get rinsed hard. Wozza's going to feel bad. He's going to send me a stash crystal. So brilliant, well done. But Wozza's not going to send you a
Genius.
stash crystal.
Genius. But now I'm not gonna pick him for worst, just for that now, just to make a point. So yeah,
The
But
gig
yeah.
is up. We know what you're doing.
yeah. From now on, Volcanicus, you are not getting chosen. I'm gonna put that out there right now. So yeah. Okay, on to the next space. Who we got? Okay, so another regular in this section, Tyler Leonard. So let's put Grind Time first. Grind Time, what do you think of this space?
Oh.
Okay, let's go to Dale.
Yeah.
Is this Tyler's base? we're looking at now?
Yeah.
Do you know what? It's not bad. I feel like he's wasted maybe a few walls. And look, again, he can't really do much with his base design. He's not a high player. I think he just needs to adjust a few more walls, and then he might really block quite a few paths. But I think he's on the right lines. I do think he just needs to adjust just a little bit.
I think it's
He
about-
can't do much. He
Dale,
can't do much with
Dale.
it, can he?
There is 40 wall pieces there. 40.
40.
Dale, are we looking at the same base?
Yes, we're looking at this.
Hello, test.
He just needs to move a few wall pieces, and we're good.
A few.
I
He needs to
love-
move every single one.
I love it. No, I love this base design. Look, if I'm going to attack this base, well, I'm not going to go on the right because look at those walls on that right-hand side. They're so scary. Like, I've got to use nose cone to get through them at least. And then on the left-hand side...
Listen, it says it all when you're going to use nose cone. If you can use nose cone against the base, that says it all.
And I'm not going to go the left side because
You know
he's
what?
only...
That's the biggest troll yet. I'm going to use the worst bot in the game against this base to beat it. You just, by actually being nice, you've just done the biggest troll ever. I love about everyone in the chat is going, it's only a couple of walls that need changing.
Do I see a face? I don't see a face with this base, I'm afraid.
No.
Not this one. I just think it's a bit more... it's just all over the place, isn't it? So I can't see a face.
There's
But
no
again,
pattern to it. It's not symmetrical. The walls aren't being used. I mean, the
look
question really should be is which is worse, that one or Volcanicus?
Do you know what I don't understand is when they join walls up, like we've got a triangle going on randomly. I don't know why we do that. Why?
don't know.
What is the explanation for that?
I don't know.
Does it make the wall stronger when
No.
we do that?
No.
I know.
No.
Maybe,
It must do. It must do. It must be a wall buff. It must be a wall buff. If you make a triangle
It's a
with
hack.
a wall,
It's a
yeah,
hack.
it must be. I mean, look at the next page you've just looked at has a triangle in it as well. There must be some buff. If you have a triangle in your wall, they are 100% stronger. They must be.
No, it is. If you use sludge on it, it does 100% more damage. So yeah,
Yeah, it must be.
it must be. It must be. Yeah. Sorry, Tyler. I stand corrected. Obviously, Dale knows more than me because he's an ape, isn't he? So being an ape.
Yeah.
So obviously, I'll look into that, guys. So you heard it here first, guys. Triangle walls is a hack in the game. So get out there quick and go and take, as much as you can from this before the apes close it down. The walls cannot be put in a triangle.
Make
So
happy
go out
little
there.
triangles.
Okay, and then we've got Hammertail, who's a regular to the stream. So, Grand Time, what do you think of this base?
This one is not bad. This is kind of a popular design. Well, not exactly this one, but this style of base is kind of popular. It's kind of going for the anti-sack or anti-goldfire look. It looks
Yeah,
like. Obviously, he's still in the process of
maybe.
leveling up walls, which is fine. Let's see. He has his outpost listed. And his kill area radius thing listed also. You can pop up on the screen. to
Yeah,
show
I'll get the
people.
next one. Yeah,
He's
I
got
like.
the. Yeah, he's.
I like this. It's even labeled it for us. I like this.
Yeah. I don't. I don't think you can prime rush it. I think things are spaced out too much. You can't gold fire it. You could use cup. Obviously, there's nothing really to stop cup from popping bases or outposts unless you put stasis mines by there that catch them.
Well, these bases are a bit like, it's hard to explain, but they're either all or nothing. Because I've had some of these battles where some outposts not even been popped because they're so spaced out. Because that's
Yeah.
what base design has done at the minute. I mean, back before everyone was doing the Goldie Pop, I'd have said never leave your outpost that wide. Never do, because
Right.
there's a chance that one might not get popped. And I'd also say that, people might do a cut pull. But because, like we said, Goldfire is so overpowered right now and so widely used, because every man and his dog's been chasing him now, that, now even I've started doing that, putting my outpost wide, which is a bit weird for me, to do that. I've always said don't do it.
You just mentioned cut pull. That might be one method that this base is really susceptible for. Like if he popped Elita and let Cup die up there and then drop the prime and the rest of the team low, he might be able to grab onto Elita and pull up maybe. But overall, I mean, obviously you and I've been through it many times. You can't defend against every attack, no matter how many hours you spend doing it. So I don't have a problem with this one, to be honest with you. I kind of like this one.
What do you think, Dale?
Best base we've seen tonight, I think. Yeah, really good. It's just so difficult which side you'd go for because it's symmetrical. The walls are really good. I hate these base layouts because once you get through the front side, you've got to deal with then the back side where the HQ is. Yeah, absolutely hate these bases to go against.
I'd only have one criticism that I can find. I mean, I like the base, I like the setup. I mean, yeah, it's a HQ 17, the walls are a bit lower level, but I think they're 2 levels lower, I think, which, I'd get these walls upgraded as soon as you can. But then again, the point of it is that it doesn't need to upgrade these walls. They're there for pathing. These walls are pathing walls, so they're not enclosed, so the level doesn't really matter as much. If they were real low level, then the bots would go through them, so it does matter. But they're high enough to make bots walk around. So although I'd make them priority because if base design changes incredibly with the new effects, if you are in hard mode Prime League, then you're going to need them walls if you've got time traps, things like that.
You can see, I think he's still in the process of upgrading all of his.
Yeah, which was that wasn't the
not just
criticism.
walls.
Yeah, that wasn't the criticism. I was just saying, like, I wouldn't ignore walls completely. I'd still keep upgrading them. But the big criticism for me is Sentius. That's the only one. Because if you're going to do a cut pull with Slash, when you go up there and Slash is invisible, it's for touch and go whether his Slash comes out of invisibility or not. So that's not a go. I wouldn't do a cut pull on that. The problem with Sentius is that once you pull Sentius and you change the ability, he changes into that cannon and he goes extremely fast. So what you want really is you want the bots to go really slow. So if they're walking up there and Cup dies, they're already here and they walk down and you can't do the pull. But because it's incredibly fast ability, it will go up there really quick to make sure that it goes up there. So what I would say is put a bot in there that can't be targeted in some way. So maybe Swoop or something like that, or the likes of maybe Counterpunch. Bots that can't be targeted, or bots that are at least going to walk slowly up there. Not a bot that flies. I mean, I don't mean flies in literally flies in the air. I mean, it's really, really quick.
Quickly.
I mean, you've seen Sentius when he changes sometimes, and he like, especially in Cup Pull, in Cup Lagooning, you put Cup, you pull Sentius, and then you jump with Cup, and then obviously you retarget to the bot, and he sprints right down. He's really quick in that cannon mode. So I'd just be wary of that. I'd maybe switch that out for someone else, but I don't have a problem with the outpost bots themselves. I think they're all really good. Just that's the only thing. I mean, can you do a cut pull from there? I think you would work to that shock tower. I mean, putting a resource building, I think, in front of that shock tower would stop that, because then it's not in range, maybe. So yeah, but I don't think it's terrible. Listen, I'm sat here trying to work ways around it. That's it all. So yeah, if I'm trying to work some ways around it, then it must be pretty decent. Yeah, I agree. That's a good base. It's good to see that our base rinsing is doing some good in the world. Okay, Firestorm 97 was a regular in our stream, so I'm going to go with Dale first. So, Dale, Firestorm 97, what do you think?
Again, we're going for the triangle buff, aren't we?
Yep.
Yeah.
We've got a pink Floyd voice in our hands.
Yeah,
Pink
again,
Floyd
this is a nose cone base for me.
But it's
right
not, though.
side.
It's not, because nose
You
cone
don't
can only go
think?
for, this is an anti-nose cone base.
No, this bot would get away through. I'm
Nose
sure.
cone can't get through
Say
2
that.
walls. He's not that good.
Oh, he is. I'll show you.
You don't have his
yes.
SA 11 yet.
Yeah, but
Wozza.
it's
You don't have his SA 11.
SA11 he goes through 2 walls. You heard it here first, guys.
Well, that would be
Stream
good.
exclusive. SA11 nose cone can go through 2 walls now. Badly. But yeah, it's like 11 ability points, something ridiculous for no scorns to use twice. So I think it's an.
Yeah, I think what we need to do is if he executes a wall, he can execute a building. Then we can keep all the one-shot people happy. That would be good.
Yes, you got to take 40 walls out.
Execute a wall.
I think Firestorm is executing for making a space. Did I say that? Sorry, I didn't say that. Did I? No, I didn't say that. But yeah, Grind Time. What do you think?
Okay, my absolute favorite part about this space.
Oh, and the Zoom meeting's ended. I'm sure Dale will have to make another Zoom meeting. I'll just message Dale. There we go. Gonna make another Zoom meeting now. I love how Grind Time has put my absolute favourite part of this base is and then got cut off. Oh dear. But yeah, I think that the problem with this base is obviously you can use sludge on these walls. It's incredibly easy. Maybe too easy even. But yeah, that's one reason not to have a base like this. Okay, I think that's done it now, I think. Are you back in? Just join the audio again. Are you back in?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm dying to know
Hey.
what Grind Time's going to say about the base because he was about to say it. And he was like, "I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you."
That's where it cut off. Okay.
I'm gonna let you a little secret now. I was that disgusted the fact that he said the part I love about this base. I closed the Zoom meeting down. I thought I'm not gonna let him talk about this. I can't let him say something that's good about this base. So yeah.
Okay. So here's what I love about this base is when he posted it, he also posted like his outpost spots, Chromia, Elita, and Gnaw, and then underneath those in parentheses he says base is subject to change. And my God, I hope so.
Base is subject to change depending on rinsing.
Yeah, because this is why.
No, if I'm honest, I just love it when a player makes a meta, and this is a meta. The triangle walls is a meta.
You heard it
He's
first,
being
guys.
unique. He is being unique.
But they're not even all
I can only
trying.
applaud that. I can only applaud somebody going out the box to make a unique base. That is unique. You don't see that every day.
Well, that's
There's a reason.
Yeah, there's a reason. Yeah.
It's a good reason for that, yeah. Let's
I
change
it.
the meta.
I love it.
Let's change the
love
meta,
it.
Dale, yeah? So every weekend event, yeah, you can only take out the HQ if it's at the front on its own with no cores on. Can we do that?
That's good.
Let's change the meta
like
to that. Let's change the
I
meta
do
to
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we should, next time we have like a community event where we've got to get so many alliances to a certain score, we should just ask everybody to just put their HQ at the front. I don't know if that'd be
Yeah,
bad.
gonna hate
Maybe.
you for that, you know.
Uh,
I could just see everyone attacking Zone 15 having max bots in one weekend. Everyone attacking Prime League hard, and every single person in the game going, "We need hard mode harder."
Then I'll go, bye everybody, you're getting a new Space 8 member to look after the community because they don't want me anymore because everybody has
imagine?
max bots.
Can you imagine if every single person in the game put their HQ up front for like a leaderboard weekend? Oh my God, like.
That'd be great.
It's one way to get the scores bigger.
Yeah.
You wouldn't need golden lagoons, but yeah, that'd be.
I'll tell you what, there is the odd base where you do get it, don't you?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if anybody else has done this, where you've been in autopilot and you just drop all your bots and then you're like, oh, HQ's at the front.
Yeah.
Or is that just me? Is that just me? Is that just me?
I've done it.
A couple
No,
of times.
everybody does it. Okay, I've just dropped my whole bots
There's
and I'm
been
like,
a time or two when they've put the HQ off to the side, and I've dropped my bots and started targeting like the research lab in the back, and I went, wait a minute, that's not the HQ, and it's off to the side somewhere. Like, yeah, that was embarrassing. Wozza, can you also address why people cannot find the rinse my base design in your server again? Some people are asking or talking about it.
Yeah, so obviously when we decided to do the base rinsing stream, we don't want you guys to know who's been chosen, who hasn't. So we close it for everyone, just so that me, Grind Time, and Dale can see that. So no one else can see it. But like I said, once the stream's done, we'll open it up again. You can put your designs back in again, and then we'll pick the 10 or whatever people to be rinsed. And then again, when we choose to do the stream, we'll close it again. So just remember, guys, that once this is finished, go and get your bases in prior to us announcing the next one. Because as soon as I announce the next one, that's when we close it down. So I maybe could do a bit of advertising a bit prior to it, maybe a bit more. It was a bit impromptu. We had something planned for this weekend, which kind of fell apart, and now is not happening for one reason or another. Grind Time knows why. We'll leave it at that. So yeah, so now we're just gonna base rinsing obviously this weekend. But I've got some other plans as well. I've got something else in the works which I don't want to tell anyone. I'll tell Dale and Grind Time, tell you what they think afterwards. But another fun stream, just something a bit fun out of the ordinary that I've had an idea about. But we'll probably be announcing that soon, and we'll probably get either Grind Time or Dale or both, or maybe someone else on the stream, maybe. But yeah, something else, something a bit different again. But yeah, anyway, onto this base. Yeah, it's awful. Let's carry on. Okay, so now we've got Drake's base. So, this guy was being a bit clever. He's gone, you know what? I'm going to do a Clash of the Clans base. But what people out there do not realise is I played Clash of the Clans a lot before I played this game. So this guy is a Town Hall 9, I think he is. So it's not a bad base design, to be honest with you. He's got some anti-air defences here and there. I think it's susceptible to a bit of a queen walk. You can put the queen down here with the healers and do a queen walk. Destroy these anti-airs. The pathing for the balloons up here, you can put the two, what are they called? Not golems. The two air golems, basically. You can put them two and they'll path through the defences here. So take out this defence here, take out this defence here. They'll path this way through the base, put in the balloons behind them with some minions to clear up, and then go through the base quite easy. I mean, it's quite packed through here, but if you could do the queen walk and definitely take out these anti-airs, the town hall, and take out the two Tesla towers with the queen and the king, then it's definitely doable to do a lava loon. Queen walk lava loon. What do you think, Grind Time?
I've never played Clash of Clans, but I know Nosecone would have a field day on that base. So
yeah, we should look at that, shouldn't we? We should how would we attack this base with Transformers, Earth Wars, bots? Well, I think a big difference though is obviously in Earth Wars the bots are 10 times bigger. So what I would do is just put Nosecone, drill through, base done, gone. Because Nosecone is like 10 times bigger than this whole base, But yeah, I did play Clash of Clans for quite a while. A decent level. I think it was Town Hall 10, I think. I had an alt account as well. I used to war every day, so yeah. I can see Erna Jones Anderson's spot. Is this game part of Space Ape? No, it's not. It's Clash of Clans. Someone's just trying to be a bit clever, putting a Clash of the Clans base in for base rinsing. But you can still rinse it because you've still got low level wizards. His air defenses are upgraded quite well. It's hard to see what his queen is, and his expos are set to air, which is again a bit anti-air, so that could be a problem. But it all depends on the queen walk, really. The queen walk's the big part of it, and whether you get through that. You can probably get through about a third of the base with the queen walk, and then yeah, the balloons are all at the back.
Now,
it's backloaded.
Now I'm just waiting for you to do like a mic drop at Drake because he tried to stumble you, and you're like, nah, I know that one too.
I know my Clash of Clans as well. I won't say like an expert in Clash of Clans, but I know my stuff. I know my lava loon anyway. And then next we've got Alpha Bravo 48. Sorry, we've got Gravage, who got the idea from Alpha Bravo 48 of PPX Inquisition. PPX is Sharks' family, I believe, who's in the chat. So, Dale, what do you think of this base?
Oh, let me get there 1 second. God, I'm so slow today. Apologies.
Today,
Sharks' base, is it? Is it Sharks' base?
no, it's
Or is it?
Gravage. This guy's called Gravage from, and he's got the idea from Alpha Bravo 48.
Yeah, I like that. That's a nice base, that.
Yeah, we can see there's no enclosed walls, so he's utilizing the walls at least. You know, no matter what level they are, he's utilizing them to path bots.
Symmetrical as well. I like that, what he has done with the walls. And then there's no triangles in it either. No triangles at all.
He's not doing the triangle meta. Is that a problem though?
No.
Is that a problem?
That is a problem for me, but it might not be a problem for you two.
Oh, Sharks is put. You see the face. Yeah, maybe. I think it's a bit of a smile, maybe there, and maybe he's got some weird.
Yeah, I
things
can
wrong
see
with him.
that. Yeah,
Maybe.
I can see that. Bit of a smile at the bottom there.
Bit of a smirk.
You've got the eyes at the top. Yeah, yeah. I
What are
think
these then? What are
the
these?
walls are the walls are just big cheeks. I think bit of plastic surgery going on.
I think the eyes are the mortar, and then the smiles, the walls underneath it, and then the
Oh, just there.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
like a Darth Vader sort of. No, that.
yeah.
What's that guy called with the arms off Star Wars? I don't know. General Grievous.
General Grievous. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I know
I
myself.
feel like the build bots are like freckles on the face as well. I like it. Good.
You're going
I like
too
it.
far there, Freckles, honestly. It could, listen, if you're really designing the base and you're deciding where the freckles go, then that's worrying. That's really worrying. I'm really
I love the
concerned.
base. Love the base.
I don't think it's awful. It's not symmetrical. So, sorry, Dale.
It's
but
not?
No,
What?
it's not. It's not symmetrical. There's no gap between the beam laser there and
Slightly.
there. There's a gap there, right down there. This part is all filled in. This is not. You might say
Nah.
it's a research lab, but he's got one building there. He's got two on this side. So it's not exactly symmetrical. And I think the bottom side is, I think. Yeah, I think the bottom section is. It just struggled to fit all these in. But it's not bad. It's not awful. It's not great. But I think these walls would be better used. I don't think they're. I think you could rush there and rush there and then rush round. So I don't think these walls are really that much use, really. They'll path them inwards, but they won't stop the rush. You can't stop the rush. So, meh. I mean, what attack do you use, Dale, at your level mostly? What sort of bots do you use?
Me, I use blades. Who else do I
Blades,
use?
tracks, healers, Goldfire.
Yeah,
Do you really?
pretty much. Yeah, I use
Wow.
cup now and again. Sometimes I just use cup all the time, if I'm honest. It's just, because I go against lower bases, it's just so easy to just get to the other side of the base and just kill the HQ. So yeah, it's pretty easy for me.
Yeah. And then we've got Lil Tekka. His base. So
What I will say is, before we move on, tracks. God, that special ability is ridiculous.
well, we all know that. We all know that. I mean, I don't think there's anyone out there would disagree with that.
No,
So
good game design.
what do you think of this grind time?
I don't think I have a problem with this base much.
I
Oh,
think
again,
he's
it's
copied my base.
is that the one you've got now?
It's not far off.
The little Tekka? Huh.
It's not far off. I mean, I've edited mine since to be a bit more like this. But yeah, it's very much like mine. I think
I like the
problem is-
base.
the
I
thing-
like the base.
See, this is the big problem though, is that I think he's took my base and made some adjustments. But the problem is that certain things have in a certain place for a certain reason. And the problem with it is that I've designed mine to be an anti-goalie base. But because he's
one's not.
changed it, it's not now. Because he's put these up top here, and he's put these mines down here, you can now rush and pop both them outposts just across there. So you can rush across there, up there, and pop all the outposts in 4 pops.
Yep.
Maybe actually in 3. If you pop them here, walk up, it'll pop that one. You could do 1, 2, 3. So my anti-goalie base from being changed is now not an anti-goalie base. So I can see someone in the chat, Sharks, has put that he's cult and he's a playtester. Is it one of the playtesters? And this is playtest base. But, you know, you can have a playtest base, you can have all the defenses in the world. Doesn't mean you're a good base designer, though.
True.
Yeah, I mean, Grind Time can attest to that. I mean, how much did we go through trying to make an anti-goalie, anti-cut base?
That was so frustrating. It was like 2 hours we spent.
It was about 2 hours of changing the base around, trying to make an anti-goalie, anti-cut base.
I think
It's impossible.
as I remember, you said, let's try to make one. And I said, okay.
Yeah.
So 'cause I was working on redesigning my base. So I did it. I said, here, how about this? You said, no, you can do this,
I got it. No, you messaged me saying, I've done it. And I go in the chat, I was like, no, you haven't. And I went, you can do this. You were like, I spent hours on this.
So then I changed one little thing. And you went, nope. Now this is, you can do this. Ah, dang it. So then I changed something else. And, nope, can do it. And yeah, it was so frustrating.
That's how base designs come. It's literally like, no matter what you do, it's impossible to defend against everything, which I kind of like in a way, but it's just cup art Goldie. Popping the outposts. And that's the number one thing that everyone does, is popping the outposts and then walk it. So I'm glad, like I said, I could talk about effects and we're going to address it. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not awful, but it's not going to achieve what it's designed for. So, yeah, be careful when you're choosing top design. I always say to people that you should look at some top designs and make adjustments, but you've got to make sure that the adjustments you're making is in line with what the base is trying to do. And that is hard, because then you've got to know what you're doing around base design. If you're going to make your own adjustments, you've got to know base design and know how to do that. So I don't think even I'm an expert. There's some guys out there that are really clever around base design, and I don't think I'm an expert.
This is why I'm so excited about the war effects being around base design. I just can't wait to see what people come up with.
Time
yeah,
traps.
because right now, to be fair, if you make an anti-goldfire base, then people just bring out cup and pop them and do the same thing. So,
but on it, I guarantee, as soon as you raise HP, the time traps will come back. But again, that's not a bad thing, because then you've got to put sludge in. So who do you take out for sludge? I wouldn't take out Rook. I wouldn't take out Blaster. So that means I've got to take a gunner out. So I'll take a gunner out, which reduces my DPS. So maybe it's not a bad thing. I mean, but time traps, I don't like timing out. I mean, I get that it shouldn't take forever to get through a base. You can't have 10 minutes, say. And that sort of stops you from using all tanks, say. But it is frustrating when you time out on a base. It's like, come on. Timing out's a bit, meh. You know, and building design to time people out. You know.
It's like the 90th minute of football, isn't it? You're 2-1 up. You just got to kick the ball into the corner. That's all it is. It's so frustrating.
No, for me, it's like penalties. It's like you've got 90 minutes around a map, then you're just going, let's just decide we're kicking the ball. It's like... Well,
yeah, actually, yeah, you are right.
Like,
it is like penalties.
No, it's a bit of a anti-climax in a way. I mean, I know penalties can be exciting, but, on Grind Time, I've got a clue what they're talking about.
I'd say, let me stop you right there. Most of the audience is American, and none of them know what you're talking about right now. So,
what is it in America? It's what's your main sport? It's not baseball, is it?
No, I think it's
egg
football
ball
now.
Egg ball, yeah,
egg ball. Egg ball. I don't know how you can't waste time in egg ball, can you? Because they just stop the clock, don't they?
Yeah, not really, because they do stop the clock most of the time.
But couldn't I just hold the egg ball and just be like, right, I'm just going to stand here and you've got to run at me?
You have a play clock, so you have so many seconds between each play that you can run unless you call timeout. But we're not here to discuss sports. Let's get back.
No.
I love how Dale is going to egg ball now. Even I love that. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I just realised that my camera's gone off as well now. I don't know my camera's gone. But can everyone hear me still?
Yeah, we're gonna run out of Zoom time again if we don't get moving.
Cheeto's base. This guy's pretty high level as well.
I like this base. I really like this base.
This is the
walls are on point.
Yeah,
the walls are on point for me.
It should be. Yeah, could cause pathing issues. I like it.
I think this one would be tough.
Yeah.
because it's going to make you walk those narrow pathways, unless of course you bring out the monster nose cone and bust through those walls. But if you happen to not have him on the team, just happen to not have him on the team, you could be in trouble.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Be careful, nose cone. Yeah.
I feel like this is my legacy now, that we have to make Nosecone the best bot in the game.
Well, if you do, I have low mines level 51 ready. I always do that with my bots. I'm sure Grind Time's probably got his maxed out.
No.
That says it all. If Grind Time's got a bot and it's not maxed out, that's when you know it's poor. That says it all. But no, I like the design. I like it.
Yeah, I like it.
I think it's an interesting design. It's going to split your bots a bit, and yeah, I don't think it's awful at all. I mean, the current meta now, because everyone's going anti-Goldie, is Cup, and yeah, you could probably say this is an easy Cup, but you're using ability points for Cup and then not doing any damage at all, really. So that's the playoff. But a lot of buildings out front, which is obviously the current meta of exploding buildings. So a lot of resource buildings out front. Easy walk, I'd say. I think the only problem is that if you destroy I'd try to destroy this section here. And then I'd put something around here. I need to get rid of this line, basically. You want your bots to walk around this way, shoot over the wall, battle with the combiner down here, walk up here, and then walk around there. And that means that you won't pop these outposts, you won't pop that outpost. You may just pop this one, but you've got to path it right. You've got to take this out. You've got to take definitely that cannon out. You've got to take these two out, and this one here, say. The two cannons. And those. You could probably take the two cannons out with Jetfire, which is again is a problem at the minute. Jetfire can pretty much one-shot anything. And that's a big problem with the boost, maybe even just that. But yeah, path it right, it can be a problem. If you don't path it right, then it's massive kind of hurt. I think has Grand Time and Dale been shut off?
No, not yet.
Just went quiet.
We were just listening to you.
Well, we're just letting you
Waffle
take the
on.
reins.
Okay.
No, take the reins.
Dale will love this base. So I think it's Gora from Wreckers. And he's asked, this is good for HQ 13. So Dale, he's put one triangle in just for you. So you must
Love
be happy
it.
with that. I mean, that's the hack right there, isn't it?
Well, this is the thing. I mean, you've got an odd piece of wall. What do you do with it? That's my thinking.
Not that.
So I love how people think that putting walls like this. I don't understand what he's trying to achieve by doing that. If you drop your bots here, they're going to walk here, shoot over the walls, and go through the walls. Regardless if you put one in a massive line or whether they're not there, it's not going to do much really. You know, these walls are not going to path. So
I mean,
they're
he's
not
just.
gonna achieve much.
I mean, he's got an open gate at the front anyway, so they just walk in and ignore the walls, don't they?
Yeah.
Well, that's what he's wanting you to do.
Yeah.
He's trying to get you
Yeah.
into like a kill box, but the problem is that you've got the
Yeah.
outposts, but there's no kill box. Put the outposts around here, put some defenses around there, and have the kill box around here, then yeah, I kind of get that. But it's not symmetrical either. It's not symmetrical with the launch pad. I mean, look, 2 squares there. It's right against there. It's not centralized. You could probably get another wall piece out of that if it's centralized. I'm baffled by that.
Yeah.
It's good base. Very good base. If a player goes from the front straight inside in the middle, yeah, he's gonna have a hard time getting down them defenses. It's basically DPS race to his HQ, isn't it?
Yeah, but what you didn't know
Well-
is he's got nose cone, cliff jumper, and streetwise in his outposts. So
No.
Already
he
then.
doesn't.
Well then, that's no chance for me.
and
No
next
chance
base
at all for me.
Is this, which is Grind Time's base?
No,
No,
this
it's
is
not.
not my base.
No, it's not Grind Time's base. So there's a bit of a story behind this. So I let
I
Grind Time tell the
actually
story.
came up against this one this weekend when I was a couple of gooning. This was zone 14. I just happened to come up on it. And the moment I saw it, I thought, oh, I got to show this one to Wozza.
Do you know what? I love it because sometimes people autopilot and drop their stuff on the right hand side.
Do you know what I'm going to do
And
for next
then-
stream? I'm going to get a hotkey, and every time I bring the base up, I'm going to go, watch Fit Dale, and it's because I love it. That's it. I
mean,
love
look,
it.
I mean, look, you know, it's 10 o'clock. You know, you've had a few drinks. You know, you've been grinding the leaderboard all weekend. You're in autopilot. You drop all your bots on the right hand side. You look up on the base and you're like, why did I do that? And he's like, and then he's got you. You know,
got
then
you.
he's got
He's
you.
Got ya.
Then he's got you. You know, that's it. This base is that you can't sleep with this base. That's all it is.
You can
it
solo
will
this with
catch.
Cup. You can solo it with Cup. Not Cup Lagooning. Just Cup.
Just cup.
Just Cup.
Just got.
Just Cup. Because everything's on this side. There's nothing here.
I love it. I just love it. Look at it. It's like a loaded set. I just love it so much. It's
I love
so
the
good.
fact you can
I
solo this
love it.
base. I love it. I love it.
Just love it. We don't need bigger bases. Look at that. We can't even use the whole
Yeah,
base.
Well,
It's
let's
like you
get
talk-
hard
you-
mode. Let's do this.
Yeah. Just,
you talk
just
about
unbelievable.
being a few pints in when you go to drop your attack. I think this guy was a few pints in whenever he designed the base, and all of a sudden he went, "Wait a minute, is that all of it? Like, I just got one side done. Where'd the rest of them go?"
Oh, my days.
I think it's so good. I think the traction. Look, if you ever go against a base like this, don't cheat. Drop it on the left side. Take it on. You know what I mean?
Don't
Take
cheat.
it on. Don't cheat. Don't take your cup to the HQ.
Well, he's got triangle
drop it on the
walls.
right-hand
He's
side
got the
and
wall
walk
hack
round.
going on. He's got the
Just
wall hack
take it
going
on the left.
If he's got the
Just-
wall
just-
hack, I'm gonna take it. I'm not standing with the hackers. I'm sorry. If you're gonna hack and have the wall hack in place, the triangle walls, then I'm gonna solo it with Cup. Take away them triangles, I might think about it. But the hackers get everything they deserve. I'm sorry. No, not having that. But
Okay.
I don't know what this guy was thinking. Honestly, I don't. I mean, was he doing base design and I'm being serious when I say this. Was he doing a base design and then just thought, oh, I'll do it later? Like the walls aren't. Well,
I mean, why do
I
you
don't
want bigger bases when clearly there's enough space there?
if you put all your defenses without any spaces, then yeah, you only need half the base. Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly, anybody asks me for bigger bases again, it's just an instant no. No, I mean,
There's more.
this
No,
spacing.
you're only using half
That's
the
it.
space.
Yeah, Bert Sherbert in the comments has said he's waiting for Space 8 to bring out new buildings so we can fill up the other side.
So
You might
grind
be
time.
waiting a while. I mean, come on.
How did you approach this grind time then? Did you literally
Well-
go on the right hand side, or did you actually just go right? Look, he's done a different design. I'm dropping it on the left. Let's see what this base has got.
No, because I'm cup lagooning, so I just dropped it and bounced to the back and destroyed it. You can't see
Damn.
it because I only took the one
Damn.
screenshot, but my cup's back there blowing it up right now. So
Damn, I'm so upset.
It worries to me. See, this is the integral part of base design that Dale lacks. The fact that the screenshot shows he's only put Cup down, and Dale's asking him how he attacked the base.
To be fair, I'm looking at the stream now, and your head's in the way.
oh,
Yeah, but I'm sure, right? I'm sure I could do this, right?
There you go.
And say to people, okay, what bot have I dropped? And I reckon everyone will still get it right from that base design and from just knowing that it's a purple insignia behind me. I mean, it's the easiest Cup Lagoon base you're ever going to see. Honestly.
If I ever go against that base, I'm taking it full force. I tell you now, and I will record it. If I ever go against that base, I'm going full force.
Matt
easily
Poley's
identifiable.
put, he's ready for the Titans. Clearly he thinks Tripticon can't reach that side. That's a good point. That's what he's doing. He's thinking, right, the Titans on that side. I'll put all my defenses this side. Ha! In your face, Tripticon. Or Metroplex.
No,
even.
wait. The Titans go. No, I've already tested.
Yeah, the Titans are
I don't
out.
think
The
they're
Titans are
gonna-
out, Dale, aren't they? Yeah, so you can talk about what you want. It's fine. They're out in the game. It's fine.
I can't tell you too much about Titans, but what I can say is we have done a staff testing on the weekend. Not the weekend. On Thursday.
Yeah.
It went quite well, to be fair.
Yeah, but
Um,
I'm not being awful. But there's only Yanis that really plays the game. I think you're the second highest ape now, actually.
second highest.
I think so, aren't you?
I think so. I don't know.
I think you
I don't
are.
know Fabian's account. He doesn't. He won't tell me.
He won't tell you.
He won't tell me.
Really? Well,
Probably because I'll.
leave it to me. I found Yanis's. I will find it. I will find it.
Do you know what? It's funny because Yanis's account. I found it and I went to him on. He doesn't know this, by the way. This is a good story for you. we've got like a little chat what we talk on and communicate with, and I said to him, because I found his account as well, and I said, this account's got debugging mode on. It's basically like tools so he can, network and stuff so you can see it in game. So it's not really a big deal.
Yeah.
I was like, this account's got it on. So I'd turn it off and ban it. Because I really wanted to ban his account. He was like, yeah, you can ban it and you can disable it. So I did it, and then he was like, you just locked me out. So, yeah, I mean, it's not that funny, but yeah, I really wanted to ban him, to be honest.
I think the Arrow DJ Hart hit it right on the head. He said he thinks this guy is based, but he's a fan of a particular villain in Batman Rogues Gallery.
Two-Face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, what that was designed for.
Definitely. Well, yeah. So yeah, thanks to everyone for tuning in. I'm sorry it's been a bit of a mismatched stream with the we tried some different things today to try and improve the stream, and ended up not improving the stream. But I don't think we'll use Zoom again somehow. But
we've got just a quick question here. Risku says, this is what I keep saying, SA does not play this game competitively.
Yanis does.
Yanis does,
at
yeah.
a high level.
Yanis has a good opinion on the game at all levels, I think. And look, just because you don't play a game at a competitive level doesn't mean you can't balance it. I mean, for my example, I don't play the game at a high level, but I could probably balance the game for sure. It's not difficult, is it?
I don't know.
I mean,
coming from the guy that thought Glass Gas was amazing.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, you don't have. Look, what I'm trying to say is, you don't have to play the game at a top level to be able to have a good opinion on it. You just need good game knowledge, good game sense.
Yeah, I'd go with that.
We've hit our 10-minute warning, gentlemen.
You just got to have good game sense. If you play, I play many games. I don't just play this game, and I play other games at such a high level that I just have a good game sense. That's all you need.
I'd agree with that. Yeah, I would agree with that. I think, yeah, definitely. Right, well, before the Zoom finishes again, we have to reset it. I want to say, obviously, thank you to Dale and Grind Time for joining me in the stream. So, a big thank you to them. Props. Thank you to everyone for joining in. I know it's been a long stream with everything. But like I said, we will do an interview with Dale separately, where we can really get into the details of hard mode when we know exactly what's going to be happening and it's set in stone. Because there's still a few question marks around some things yet. And some things are in development, so hopefully we can iron them out, and then we can do exactly what we've said in the stream today, and then yeah, make hard mode wars top level a lot harder. Don't forget, guys, if you have been shouted out as your base being rinsed, then hit me up in Discord for a Sunstreaker Wozza Stash Crystal, and like I said, by tomorrow we'll be opening the chat up again, so make sure you put your base in there if you want to be on the next base rinsing stream, which will probably be in about another month. And apologies for my camera cutting out as well. Everything's going wrong today, literally everything. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, I'm sure there'll be some nice screenshots of my face in the stream afterwards, in the chats afterwards. There always is. Of my great pauses. But yeah, and there we go, we're back. All right, well, thanks to everyone for tuning in, like I said, and then don't forget to tune in Wednesday, where we'll be cracking our Beast Wars Ironhide crystals. Don't forget to check out Grind Time's stream after this. It's about an hour's time, Grind Time, is it?
Yeah, probably about an hour.
Yeah, about an hour after this, so make sure you check out that. Make sure you obviously check out the Transformers Earth Wars Discord channel. You'll see Dale in there quite regular. It's a really good source of information and things like that. You won't see me in there really that much unless you join my Discord, but you'll see me in there more like. But yeah, thanks to everyone for tuning in. Really appreciate it, and see you later, guys. Thanks.